And the town has been corresponded about.
It has. Muscular, old-style, sort of 70s throwback thriller, directed by and starring Ben Affleck, set in Charlestown, which apparently has this incredibly high number of bank robbers historically. Ben Affleck and Jeremy Renner are two guys who rob a bank. Rebecca Hall is one of the manageresses in the bank. They kidnap her and then dump her on a beach, and then realise that actually she lives round the corner from them. So Ben Affleck's character, Jeremy Renner's character, says, I'm going to go sort her out. Ben Affleck's character says, no, let me do it. But of course, in meeting her, he starts to fall for her. Here's a clip.
The FBI guy told me it would feel like I was in mourning.
FBI? You're working with the FBI?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? The guy comes by, checks in on you, gives you a call, that kind of thing?
Pretty much.
They don't have any suspects, any clues, any leads, anything like that?
I don't know. Not that they've told me. He intimated that they were scouring Charlestown, but they were wearing masks, so. I'm sure I'd recognize their voices if I heard them again.
I don't know. Might be harder than you think.
The joke being there, of course, that she doesn't recognise voice. Now, it's no surprise that what happens is that Ben Affleck actually then falls for her. They develop a relationship, which obviously puts him at odds with his former teammates. They're saying, hang on, we told you to sort out this problem, now you're going out with the problem. The plot isn't entirely original. We have seen that story done before. Nor is it entirely believable. I mean, there are whole sections of it that require a great leap of faith. There are nods in it towards the old sort of bleak 70s cop procedural thrillers, and French Connection is clearly in the background of all this, and it has a nod towards that. There are some action sequences which play out as if they're attempting to reproduce do you remember the street side shootout scene from Heat, the Michael Mann film, when suddenly the whole thing turns into, there's that like 3 blocks of guys shooting at each other. It sort of attempts to get that, and individually those bits work. I think the problem with it is that in the end it doesn't have either the proper full-on bleak nihilism of something like the French Connection, or the really, utterably memorable, unutterably, delete that word, or the really memorable.
As soon as you start criticising people
other
for
people's
their
language,
grammar,
your own falls apart.
you're going to be in all kinds of trouble.
Of Heat. I think in the end it is an incidental work. That said, I saw it after Eat, Pray, Love, and it was just great to see a film in which stuff was happening and people were doing things, and there was, and there was a good high spirit. There's a great performance by Pete Postlethwaite, who comes across as genuinely quite dangerous and scary in the way that Pete Postlethwaite, you don't often see him doing that role. And there are individual things in it that you think that's admirable, that's well done. I think in the end it's slight. It's nothing like as original as it ought to be. Jeremy Renner, much of his dialogue, because he's doing the accent, doing with the wah sound. There are whole sections of his dialogue in which you go, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you just said. I can follow from your body language that you said, I'm going to punch you in the face, but I have no idea what you actually just said. And I don't think it has any of the depth that it thinks it has, but it's efficiently put together, and it's a solidly crafted, if somewhat unremarkable thriller.